Matt, it's FA Cup weekend coming up at home against Gosport Borough. You know, they speak about the magic of the cup. Does this feel like a game we really can't underestimate?
I think it's going to be a different test for us and for the players, because we, with all due respect towards Gosport, go into the game as favourites just because of the league that we play in and retrospectively the level they play at. So that in itself brings pressure. The players have got to deal with that level of expectation, because when we look at this fixture and we analyse the opposition like we always do, they pose real threats. So what we have to do is deal with those. But I think the game's going to be about us. It's about us being really combative in attacking areas, and ultimately it's going to come down to, again, moments. And look, the big thing that we've tried to do this week and have done is to get some really strong work in with the players around the final third and what that looks like, and how we have to approach, not in a physical term but in a mental term. So look, training this week has been positive. I think it's always good to have a break. For me, the FA Cup is extremely special. I'm aware that in recent seasons the club haven't reached the first round proper, so that has to be our aim. We've got to be confident going into this game. I've said previously, Will, that performances have been better than results would suggest. We're at a point now where the squad is looking healthier. We're getting players back in and around training with the group and being available for selection and for some minutes. So that's going to give everybody a boost. We've signed Alex Reid this week. That's going to give everybody a boost. So it's a really exciting game. I think that Gosport are a good team. As always, we've managed to watch between us as a group of staff their last 4 games, so we've got a good picture of what their strengths are, and maybe also areas where we feel we can hurt the opposition. They'll have done the same to us. We have to match the energy levels. We have to match the desire that they will have, because for them, and quite rightly so, it's a big game. It's a wonderful opportunity for them. But I'm looking at this game from our perspective. This is all about us, how we approach the game in our mental capacity. And look, our players have got to go out. They've got to take the expectation and the pressure that is going to be there and go and put the performance.
You speak about the break in the league there. Is it a chance for some players, not necessarily to prove themselves, but to gain a bit of confidence in their performance?
Yeah, I don't. The problem is, Will, is that I think the players themselves are performing for the majority of the game really well, and it's one error, lapse of concentration, a bad decision that has ended up hurting us. We will have no doubt big moments again in the game. We've just got to believe that we're going to take them. Does this give some players an opportunity who maybe haven't had one? It might do. But this isn't going to be about individuals, this is going to be about the team. This will be about the squad. And as I said, we're, for the first time in a long time, looking a lot healthier, not just in terms of numbers, but in terms of the players that are coming back into the group. Our so-called bigger, experienced players that is going to give everybody a lift, and has definitely given the group a lift on Monday and Tuesday. We'll train hard this evening. Alex is in with the group for the first time, gets an opportunity for us to get eyes on him, opportunity for him to meet his teammates, and then reassess and have a look and see how fit everybody is, and pick a team to go and win a game of football.
Speaking of squad news, of course, we finally brought in that experienced striker it feels like we've been crying out for. What is Alex going to bring to this side, not just in terms of his ability, but presence in the team?
So he's a player that is really hungry to score goals. So my conversations with him have been really open and honest in terms of what does he want from this loan. It was simple. He just said, Matt, I want to score goals. He said, that is what I want to do. Music to my ears, music to the supporters and all the staff and the players' ears, because we know that in Alex we're getting a player that is proven at this level, somebody who knows where the back of the net is. At 29, he's a good age with good experience behind him. but he's going to have to fight hard to get into the team and to stay in the team. So Alex is a player that he wants to play on shoulders. He knows where the goal is, and we put the ball a lot in front of the goalposts. What we need is maybe a little bit more competition at the top of the pitch. It will hopefully bring the best out of the other players that are here. But Alex, make no bones about it, he's come here to score goals. What I will say is Oldham have been excellent during this whole process of us securing Alex's signature. There were, as you would expect, lots of other clubs that maybe he could have gone to, but he's chosen us. Why has he chosen us? I think, speaking to him, he's watched our games, he likes the way we play, and he thinks, in his words, that he can come here and score a bag full of goals. And you know, let's hope that that's the case. Sean's getting closer to full fitness. We should have, and we've had Eastie back around the group, Max Kretschmar back around the group. So things are starting to look a bit healthier. Don't think either of them will be ready for the weekend. But we've also got some big games coming up in the league in the next couple of weeks. Ones where there's going to be expectation on us again. And we've got to go and perform well. But Alex, I think, will give us a lift. I'm extremely pleased that the football club, the board and the chairman have really backed us and allowed us to bring in another quality player to the football club.
Bit more squad news. Deon Woodman's gone out on loan this week. A few years back, Jaden Mundell-Smith went out on loan for a period. He came back as player of the season the following season. Is it a chance for him to push himself whilst trying to build up that match fitness?
I think where Deon has had really bad luck is that he was in the team against Hartlepool. Got injured on the way up there in training, and it wasn't a small injury. Deon's been out for a month. It was concussion protocol because of his age. He's had stitches. He broke his nose. It was a training ground incident that a coming together of him and Christian. So timing for Deon has been really tough. In the month that he's missed, Munns has obviously got back in the squad, Mason Barrett, Jack Cook and Adrian Mariappa. So what we can't have with our young players is that they don't play. So Deon needs to go and play games. He needs to go and be part of a competitive fixture list, which we can't offer him the game time he needs at the moment. Deon's been excellent about it. He understands that this is all part of his development. And like we do with the players that come here on loan, it's about giving them a games programme where they can go and play. Deon will still come in and train with us, still very much part of what we're doing here. It's just that he's gone on loan to get some fixtures and to get some match fitness, because you know, when you see him and he's wearing that mask and you understand just how bad the injury was that he sustained, I think this is a wonderful opportunity for him to play some games. And like you say, the idea with Deon is that he comes back and tries to cement a place down in our team. But where we're fortunate is we've got 4 really good, in my opinion, National League centre-backs that he's competing with.
And then finally, just on the season as a whole, you gave a quote last week. You said, the squad are capable of achieving something that you'd think I'm crazy for saying. What is it about this squad and the performances so far that warrant that statement?
I think this group are the best group of players that I've had the pleasure of working with, in terms of their level of application, their desire to learn, taking on instruction. But I also think that at times they don't have as much belief in themselves as I do, and as a group of staff we do in them. And my messaging is really key. I think they're really good players, but at some point they need to release that thing that's holding them back, because it's not physical, it's not technical, but what we need to do is try and get to a point where the players just go and play free. They get given loads of information and structure by me and the coaches, but ultimately they've got to make decisions on the pitch. I firmly believe that the group at the moment haven't had the results that performances deserve. Now, we can sit here and talk about luck. I don't want to sit here and talk about luck. What I want to do is sit here and say that we're going into a group of fixtures now in the league where I want the players to be really confident. I want them to go in there with the belief that they can go and win. Because I think that a lot of the teams we've played at the moment, I mean, we go to Gateshead, they're 4th in the league and nobody expects us to get anything. But we go there and fundamentally we're excellent, we just can't put that little bit on top. And that's what we're going to have to do. But I firmly believe that, and I firmly stand by my statement. And look, now we've got to make sure that our next performance, which is Saturday against Gosport, is the best one that we've put on all season.